What's up, what's up? It's Neighborhood Real. Y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video. Maybe don't like the video. Don't share the video. Maybe share the video. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't even matter. The content gonna be up anyway. Just subscribe to the channel. Let's do that part. No, I ain't gonna take your time up too much today. You know we all got activities to get to and things, you know what I'm saying, that's more important than sitting up on YouTube fraternizing with somebody you really don't know. But I was asked a question, so this is the topic. The topic is chess take inventory? And the question was, what does take inventory mean? It means, it could be on several levels. It could be a lot of things. But what I'm trying to display, what I'm trying to tell you guys, what I meant is take inventory and stock of your life. The things that go on into your life, the things that has shelf life, and the things that has expired. So you have to take inventory of the things that you have going on versus the things that you had going on that has expired on its shelf life. So to give you an example, you have to look at your attributes. What are your attributes? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? You know, there are things that you should and you should not do. Because if you're doing certain things that's out of character or out of line with the universe, then they're gonna be expired. You know, the expiration date is gonna be fast approaching. So you must take inventory of your stock and what you have and make sure that you're rotating it properly, that the things that you want to put out into the universe and people to present to people has to be up front on the shelf, or up front in your conduct, or your code of character, or your integrity. That is the front line of everything that you must do, how you present yourself to people, you know what I'm saying, in the world, or in an environment, or different settings, or in a relationship, whatever the case may be. But you must take inventory of all the good stock and all the bad stock. And you have to decide and decipher how you're gonna break those things down to decide what you're gonna keep, what's essential, and what's perishable. Everything that's perishable, we want to make sure that it gets up front fast and be rotated and be distributed quickly. So what is things that are perishable in a person's life? Staying stagnated on the same thing over and over and over. Staying in the same mindset. Staying with the same concept of, you know what I'm saying, staying with the same job. Never trying to believe that something can be bigger or better. Those are perishable things, because you can eradicate those things from your life and enhance and move forward and make those things better. You can add something else to the element and you can keep them from being perishable, because once you sit in the same situation over and over, you know what I'm saying? They say, Einstein said, if you do something over and over and over again, it's insanity. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you sit, you'll be in a rut. Why be in that same rut when you knowing that you can advance? The biggest thing about human beings and us as a people, we're afraid of change. We're afraid to get out there. We'll get complacent and stay right where we at because it's comfortable. And we think that's where it need to be. And then what we doing, we're stagnating all our other attributes, our faculties, our senses, our ability to strive forward and, you know what I'm saying, persevere through things. We stagnate that. So what we doing, we numbing it down to the point where it's a non-factor. So take inventory. Take inventory of everything that you have going on in your life. Take inventory of your character. Take inventory of your conduct. Take inventory of how you convey your message, how you just communicate with people, how you treat people, how you want to develop as a person for yourself. Take stock and inventory of just being a greater individual all the way around. So we had to take, so I took personal inventory and stock, and I just like, you know what? I'm gonna do this, XYZ. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna bring this in. I'm gonna bring in new things. I'm gonna put new product on the shelf. I'm gonna push out a different type of product, and I'm gonna revamp my whole situation and the things that I have going on in my personal life, my, you know what I'm saying, my YouTube situations, and all of that, because it only has so much shelf life. It can only stay there for so long. And then it has to, get shuffled around, put the new products up front, and put the old products, in the back. No. Put the old products up front, let them get on and be sold, and then we can push all the new products forward, and then we go from there. And that's what I'm doing. So, that's what I was asked. What is taking inventory of self? That's taking inventory of self. Taking inventory and stock of your friends. Your relationship, like I said, your relationship, your job, whatever. It has so many variables to it. It's ways that you can break things down accordingly to how you want to live your life and move forward in it. What people do you need to have on your board? Because it's chess. It's chess, and you have to have people on your board, and you have to be able to make sure they're in the correct position and be in the correct piece on your chessboard in order for you to strategically move through life and build off of what you need to build off of and conquer the other side and be victorious and checkmate the things. See, we play chess every day, but people may not realize that. It's calculated moves that need to be made, and sometimes you have to move something and then sacrifice something in order to achieve the greater good or the gain in the game and take advantage of it. And then now you're in a strategic point where you can just sit back from your vantage point and just look at the board and just watch how it's all finna play out in a scenario. Just sit back from a key vantage point and watch. I'm hawking. I'm always looking at my board. I'm always pushing pieces. I'm always looking, trying to move 3-4 moves ahead. Sometimes when you watch your opponents, and with your opponents, it could be other people, it could be a situation, it could be life. But in these particular things, in this particular thing, I watched my opponent play. And then it became opponents. So now I'm playing a game of chess, life chess, against several opponents. So I'm actually on 4 different boards at one time. And you ask your question, the question may be, how can one person play 4 different games at one time? Easily. Strategically set yourself up, right? Because you can't approach every game that I'm playing all 4 boards the same way. With some of them, with 2 of these boards, I can approach them. I can make the same moves on this board that I made on this one, because my opponent doesn't have the skill or the mindset or the ability to have the strategic setup and makeup that I have. Hasn't had the insight to try to make 4 or 5 moves ahead and set a play up, and then take a few pieces and then get strategically in place and watch. And these other 2 boards, they're pretty difficult. So those 2 games are individually difficult. But I have the ability to navigate them, accordingly, because I have key pieces on the board whereas them in these particular games, they don't have the piece. That's a thing that you always want to keep in mind. You want to always be at advantage. You don't never want to be at the disadvantage. You always want to have the advantage. And how do you keep the advantage? By being a smarter person, by being more strategic, by paying attention more, and understanding that you have to take inventory of what's going on and know what to take off the board and what to keep on the board. You can't put nothing back, because once you lose it, it is gone. You lost that. And that's just what that is. And you can't gain it back. There's no other way you can talk it down, or you can say, hey, let's get a redo. The redo can be done after the game is over with, and then you can start a new game and you can try it again. But if you're already in a current situation where you're playing the game, you have to be very strategic and careful and to minimize the losses. Minimize the mistakes. Sometimes mistakes can be advantages. Sometimes you have to have a person think or be in a situation where you look like you're at a disadvantage, put yourself look like a disadvantage, but you really having an advantage. And then what that's gonna do is gonna allow that person to feel haughty or cocky, and they're gonna make a mistake because they think, oh, I got the advantage, I got the up. Oh, they down. They down some pieces. I took a major piece off the board. Now what he gonna do? Now how he gonna play it? I let you take that piece because you're at a disadvantage. You don't even know it yet, because you're gonna do some things because you think you're gonna win. And I'm gonna do some things that make you think I'm gonna lose. But when the game is over, you'll be talking about, oh, see what happened was, what happened was, yeah, I know what happened was, you weren't paying attention. You didn't see it. But okay, set the pieces back up. Let's play it again. So, like I said, man, I'm not hold y'all up here all day. You know what I'm saying? We got things to do. I got things to do. I'm working and stuff. So, that is the answer to the question about what is take inventory of your life. That's just a simple explanation that, you know, hope I conveyed it clearly. I might need to expound on it more in a deeper level. I can, but why, you know, I'm not interacting with nobody, so I need the interaction with some people. That if I was on a live stream, we get real deep with this. This will get real deep, because I know people have questions they want to know. But yeah, man, y'all take stock and inventory of your life. Pay attention to the things that goes on, man, because guess what? We out here trying to win at the game. We're not trying to lose. And sometimes we got to sacrifice pieces. And even if those pieces are people that we care and love, or friends, or situations that we're dealing with and we think we're good in them, we maybe need to sacrifice them and start over brand new. Just keep in mind, man, you always have to pay attention. I'm always watching. I'm always being observant. Even when it's played, even when the game is played and I got my back to it, I'm still gonna be able to know what took place. Because one thing about that, communication is universal. It's the things that people say when they're not actually saying anything that's gonna give you the biggest motherfucking advantage over anything else. Always pay attention to the board. It's not the pieces that they're moving, it's the pieces that they're not moving. It's the things that they're saying, no, it's the things that they're not saying. Pay attention to that more than you pay attention to what's being said and heard. Yeah, with that, man, that's my message, you know. Hopefully it answered your question. If it didn't, I'll come back on the live stream later on today, and you know, we can kick some fundamentals. I got some people pulling up. We're gonna chop it up, man, and, you know, kick some knowledge. But until the course of the meantime, man, y'all enjoy your afternoon. This been Neighborhood Real. Subscribe to the channel, and that's all you need to do. Period. Subscribe to the channel.